promised. Tony Stradlin faces Todd Sexton. A battle of the TNTs. The loser is gone for Wildside permanently.
I may steal a quote from De La Soul. Stakes is high. We're talking about careers here. We're talking about the loser of this matchup is going to have to leave Wildside permanently. Let me reiterate, leave Wildside permanently. That does not mean, that means, of course, you can't come back as the Midnight Rider. You can't come back as Charlie Brown from out of town. You can't come back as Stagger Lee. You're gone. You can't come back, period. Capiche, baby?
Well, TNT exploding, for lack of another cheesy pun here. This matchup, a lot riding on it, as you say, the Wildside career of Stradlin or Sexton on the line here. And one man is going to leave, and one man is going to thrust forward into Wildside. Sexton has already had an outstanding singles career when Tony Stradlin was on the shelf. Sexton actually for a week held the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championship, and he had a lot more in him. But Tony Stradlin coming back, Sexton thought the best thing was to reunite TNT and keep his commitment to his friend. Tony Stradlin's warped thinking got into the brain of Sexton, and they did what they did, but they were successful at it. TNT, now three-time Wildside Tag Team Champions. Black House, the only other team that can make that claim.
Tony Stradlin's warped thinking. That's actually a very important part of this matchup. If he's not able to keep that focus on the talents of Todd Sexton in the ring, I mean, Stradlin might be as good as gone. Sexton needs to believe the same thing. I mean, Stradlin, this guy is a complete head case. And wrestling a head case has got to be one of the toughest tasks any pro wrestler faces, no matter how familiar you are with the guy. I mean, Stradlin, he's a complete nutcase.
Look, I got to the arena today at about 5 o'clock, and he told me to get the hell out of his parking space. I said, what the hell? We don't have parking spaces here at Wildside. Tony Stradlin's a loon. He is just so out there that it is incomprehensible what is going through this moron's brain. This self-interested jackass has completely gone off the deep end.
Well, that may be to Todd Sexton's benefit, because if he's taking leave of his senses, perhaps some of those senses involve pro wrestling, and Sexton can zoom in for the kill when Stradlin, the goofball that he is, makes an error.
Let's talk a little bit of the background for these two individuals that don't know. New fans of Wildside, Stradlin and Sexton broke into NWA Wildside in early 2001 as TNT, a young tag team climbing their way up the ranks, fresh out of the Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy in San Antonio, Texas. And both men went on to become three-time Wildside Tag Team Champions, but the ego of Tony Stradlin continued to grow, and there were problems in TNT we didn't even know about until recently when they aired their dirty laundry out in public. And now TNT, it's come to this. One of these guys has to leave. Wildside ain't big enough for the both of them. And Tony Stradlin getting sent over the top rope. He hangs on, and athletic plus he is, skins the cat, but Todd Sexton drop kicking him in the head, stops all that.
And the crowd is chanting Todd Sexton's name, obviously firmly behind Mr. Sexton. I don't think the crowd would like nothing more than to have Tony Stradlin get out of town. What a treat that would be. Maybe we could approach some sort of sense of normalcy here at Wildside, but that's not really our style, is it?
No. Forearms to the back. Tony Stradlin, a forearm and elbow, and a headbutt, and another.
Boy,
Todd Sexton,
very vicious attack. Stradlin, you gotta get Stradlin a little bit wobbly. That was a lariat of some considerable power from Mr. Sexton, and Stradlin has been turned inside out.
Todd Sexton picking Stradlin up by that yo-yo string of a ponytail.
Makes a lovely handle.
Slapping him in the face. But Stradlin there, wait a minute, Todd Sexton counter snap German suplex, crisp and beautiful, but it only got him a 2.
Thunderous chop from Todd Sexton, and Stradlin is reeling. Just for a second though.
Suplex by Tony Stradlin with a release.
I tell you, when you come out of the Shawn Michaels training school up there in the Southwest Texas, I tell you, your feet become lethal weapons.
That's for sure.
What is it about that guy?
Tony Stradlin having words with Wildside senior official Andrew Thomas.
Well, Thomas could be your best friend, Stradlin. I hear he's available.
And Stradlin continuing the attack, going low on Sexton.
Making sure the referee was not paying attention. With Andrew Thomas, that's easy. Todd Sexton is rather hurting. And once, Sexton's able to subvert Stradlin's maneuver, and he's wrapping up Tony Stradlin like a pretzel.
Turn him over into a sharpshooter. I think HBK would probably resent Sexton using that maneuver, but nevertheless.
We'll let HBK come here and do something about it.
Stradlin tried to go up and over, but Sexton caught him. Stradlin counters. It looks like he's going for a tombstone pile driver.
Ooh, and he connects.
And that is one scary maneuver. It's a scary maneuver to watch, and it's definitely a scary maneuver to be on the receiving end of. But I didn't have to tell you that. Stradlin coming off the top with an elbow.
And I think that's it. Tying up the leg. No, Sexton able to kick out. And surprisingly with authority.
Sexton chucked to the outside.
I think Stradlin's getting a little disgusted with the scenario, what's turning it out here.
I think he's getting a lot disgusted.
Yeah, I think he was going to hope to make short work out of Sexton, but Sexton is not going to go away quietly. As a fist to the gut sort of proves.
And good God, Todd is just stomping a beat Jesus out of Tony Stradlin.
Sexton is opening up on Stradlin. Where is Sexton? Oh, Lord. Sexton is climbing the fence that we normally use for cage matches up here.
He's reliving a TNT moment gone by. Onto his own
taking a lot of time.
Todd Sexton crossbody.
And down goes security. Both Jason Blackman and Lulu take a header thanks to Todd Sexton diving off the top of that cage. I don't think Stradlin ain't doing too great either.
Well, unfortunately, Todd Sexton looked like he cracked his head onto the ring steps.
He did. He's opened up.
Sexton bleeding from the top of his head, but he's still got his wits about him enough to put Stradlin in the ring.
Sexton gearing up for a super kick.
Turn up the band.
Stradlin saw it coming. And fires back with one of his own. Oh my God, I think Stradlin's on top of the pin. No, Sexton gets a shoulder up. Thank you, Todd Sexton. Man, that was close. Not pretty.
There's a reversal. Sexton with a German suplex. And Sexton turned up the band yet again. And he clean takes the head off of Tony Stradlin.
Still not enough. I tell you, when you perfect the art of the super kick, I guess maybe you perfect the art of receiving one too.
You know how to withstand the impact of that blow, and I'd like to learn that trick myself.
Yeah,
not that I'd hope I'd ever have to use it.
Nor at anybody. Todd Sexton now climbing up to the top turnbuckle. Man, he's getting up there slowly. Stradlin realizes it too.
He knows that Sexton's been knocked loopy, and from that dive off the top of the, good God!
Oh God, stomach first on top of that rope, which I might point out is a metal cable.
Tony Stradlin going for the crash dive, swanton bomb. Well, the opponent draped over to the top rope to no avail.
Well, see where the crash part comes in.
Sunset flip by Sexton. Stradlin holding the ropes, no!
And even hanging out of the ropes is still not enough to pin the shoulders of Todd Sexton. Sexton is a man on a mission. The mission, get Tony Stradlin out of here.
There's a reversal. Tony Stradlin takes a heaping help and a crotch into the top turnbuckle. Stradlin catches Sexton, goes for the ace crusher coming out of the corner. No! victorious suplex by Todd Sexton. And he's hoping one more super kick will do it, but Stradlin says no. And Tony Stradlin coming off the ropes. Another kick to the side of the head. Blasts Sexton with a forearm to the face. No!
Todd Sexton once again is not going to go down without a fight.
Two men giving it everything they have, fighting for their jobs in NWA Wildside.
A super kick that misses, and another one that didn't. Take that too.
Grief.
Oh, Stradlin knocked inside out. Todd Sexton on top for the pin. Yes! Tony Stradlin is gone from Wildside.
Loser leaves town match, Todd Sexton.
I don't know who's more of a winner, Todd Sexton or the rest of us, not having to put up with Tony Stradlin anymore. I think the Na 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 song is about to be dusted off by the faithful here at the NWA Arena. Yeah, there it is. I normally hate that song. I rather like it now.
Well, Tony Stradlin had better go looking for work elsewhere because his job at NWA Wildside has gone down the